Afternoon, guys. This is Bob, 60 degrees below zero for 60degreev6.com. We're doing a check on the 4 Ford 1993 Ford Tempo fuel injectors that I just got through rebuilding, and I was going to put it through its paces on the FrankInjector Machine, and I've run into a few snags that I'll describe now. See, I've got my fire extinguisher here, always safety first. And a little bit of a walk around on this clusterfuck looking dual set of the 3rd generation FrankInjector brass rail, and then the 4th generation GM Vortec 4.2 liter rail for 6 cylinder Multech 2 injectors. The injectors that are on here now, though, I have 2 of the in the end pieces without any electrical connectors, just to fill in the ports so that it wouldn't leak any cleaning fluid out. 2 of the Multech 2 style, and then in the middle here we have these Ford injectors, which oddly enough the Multech 1 electrical connectors snap up, the locking rings lock okay, and the problem that I have encountered so far is I'm getting even levels across the board on this. It is throwing what can be considered a qualified flow balance for equality in all of them. They're just exactly the same across the board. But the problem that I'm running into is, even when I actuate them, you can hear the pintles actuating, but I don't get a spray pattern out of that little pointy little pintle style injector. Now I'm using an extremely thick mixture in my cleaning fluid of Lucas oil and STP fuel injector cleaner, and it has a very high level of viscosity. So the only thing I can surmise is they are clean as Kleenex inside. They have new filter baskets put in. You can tell from the pictures that I did that everything is clean about them. There isn't any mechanical malfunction, because you can see from the levels that they are throwing the liquid. The only thing I'm not getting out of it, and I don't know whether it's a problem with the OTCs or the wave cycle or the wave width, the bandwidth, whatever you want to call it, for opening and closing these pintles. They don't act like the GM, and I'd rather have it this way than the other way, because if the GM injectors I've cleaned, and you've seen how it sprays in a nice spray pattern with their little spinnerets in plain view, if those were behaving like these are, then this project would have ended a long time ago. Now I've got a flock of 500 crows flying over, and in ancient times crows were the bringers of death. Thanks, guys. Now fuck off and leave me alone. Look at that. Anyhow, back to the project. So once again, I'm getting an even spread of the fluid from all 4 injectors. They have all the goodies that they need to work, and I think what I'm going to do is just tell Eric to put it in his dad's fuel rail and put it onto the intake manifold of his 93 Ford Tempo, and see whether the car starts up and runs right. I don't really get this. I mean, it's obviously a completely different technology. With the pintle valves, you can actually see that it's dripping when I press this. You see it. You can hear the pintles actuating, but the fluid just sort of collects down there in that little pintle cap, and then it just sort of dribbles out, and it throws an even volume. So go figure. Anyhow, I'm going to call this one even and call it done, and get back on the other part of the project that I'm working on with this. I'm disappointed that it didn't behave exactly as planned here, mostly because I can't say for sure that these are actually going to work on this car, because they did They had almost 200,000 miles on them, and you know, I don't know whether there's something with the coils, or you know, I can't do a diagnostic on it. They are responding to the voltages that I switch, including 1 full second. They are doing what they're supposed to do. They're just not spraying in any sort of a spray pattern. I mean, if this fluid was pouring as it is right now, it sort of looks like it's dribbling out, and I've got 3 bar. You know what? The range on these injectors say that they can go as high as 60 psi, and I might as well run this up to 4.3 bar. It's right there. Nope, it doesn't seem to make a difference. Well, that's unusual. But anyway, this is Bob, 60 degrees below zero for 60degreev6.com. See ya.